The FBI has released almost 500 new pages of documents related to the OJ Simpson murder case, and I'm here to explain what it means, if anything. Hello and welcome to the channel if you're brand new. My name is Mike Kripchenko. I'm a current second-year law student and co-host of Conduct Detrimental, the sports law podcast. On my channel, I cover the intersection of all things sports, business, law, finance, betting, you name it. If you enjoy things like that, make sure you hit the subscribe button. Because this is OJ Simpson, one of the greatest, really, football players of all time, especially at his position, that's why I'm here to talk about this. So as many people know, OJ Simpson did just pass away recently, and so that's why the FBI has actually released this, because once an individual dies, the FBI is required to release all of the documents they have on that individual. If you're somehow not familiar with the OJ Simpson case, let's just cover it real quick before we get into the 500 pages. The OJ Simpson trial is often dubbed the trial of the century, as it gripped the world in the mid-90s. In 1994, OJ Simpson, the former NFL star and actor, was accused of the brutal murders of his ex-wife Nicole Brown Simpson and her friend Ron Goldman. The trial was a media spectacle, capturing the attention of millions across the country, and it's still a hot topic today. People's opinions of this case, even today, are incredibly strong, and the majority, in fact, overwhelming majority, are not on his side. Especially because despite the mountain of evidence against him, Simpson was acquitted in the criminal trial. Now, he was later found liable for their deaths in a civil case, but that's a topic for an entirely other video. If you want that one as well, let me know. But now with the newly released FBI documents, we have a chance to really put some fresh eyes and re-examine this case. First, let's briefly recap the key moments of the trial to really set the stage for the next 500 pages we're going to go through. On the night of June 12, 1994, Nicole Brown Simpson and Ron Goldman were found brutally murdered outside Nicole's condominium in Brentwood, Los Angeles. Then on June 17th of 1994, OJ Simpson led police on a low-speed chase in a white Ford Bronco, which was broadcasted live and watched by millions, including my parents, and I'm sure many of yours as well, or maybe you. The trial then began on January 24th, 1995, and lasted for over 8 months, featuring high-profile attorneys, which many may know Robert Kardashian, because that may have been the beginning of the Kardashians, but you may also know the names of Alan Dershowitz and Robert Shapiro. Well, this thing had extensive media coverage, so if you don't know them, I'm very surprised. And on October 3rd, 1995, OJ Simpson was acquitted for all of this, yada, yada, yada. We know that. We talked about all that. So what are these new 500 pages even telling us? One of the key pieces of evidence talked about in the new documents is the blood evidence. The FBI analysis provides new insights into how the DNA testing took place and how it may have impacted the actual case. The document suggests that while the DNA evidence points towards Simpson's involvement, the actual testing and treatment of everything, especially the presentation, is very questionable to them. For instance, the blood on OJ's sock matched Nicole Brown's, and there was a very low probability, in fact 1 in 170 million, that someone else had the same blood type as Simpson. But because the chain of custody for this evidence was not well documented, which means there were gaps or inconsistencies in the record showing how this evidence was managed, it raises concerns about the contamination of it. The defense even highlighted incidents like the supposed spillage of the blood samples by LAPD forensic team member Colin Yamauchi, and the defense also suggested that some evidence might have been planted by the police, citing instances where procedures were not followed correctly. Andrea Mazzola, a trainee criminalist, collected blood samples without proper supervision or authorization, which violated standard procedures. The handling was just a plain mess by LAPD, and now we're seeing why. Another critical aspect covered in the documents is the actual timeline of events. The FBI provides us a new detailed timeline of the fateful night, as well as phone records and witness accounts that we've yet to hear. For example, at 10:25 p.m. on the night of the murders, Nicole Brown Simpson made a 911 call in which she screamed that OJ Simpson was going to kill her. This call was a key piece of evidence as it showed that Nicole Brown Simpson felt an immediate threat from OJ. And it also follows by multiple reports of witnesses seeing a white Ford Bronco leaving the scene at around that 10:45 mark. Additionally, some other witnesses share that they heard dogs barking at around the 10:40 mark, which aligns perfectly again. And various neighbors and other individuals in the area also supported their timeline of the events. The documents also reveal some internal discussions within the FBI as they discuss the possibility for racial bias within the LAPD investigation. This includes analysis of Detective Mark Furman's role in the infamous taped recordings where Furman used racial slurs, which played significant roles in the trial. Furman's credibility was severely damaged, and the FBI documents delve into how this may have influenced the jury's perception of the evidence he handled. The tapes revealed Furman making derogatory comments, and this was used used by the defense to argue that the evidence could have been planted to frame Simpson. But there's no evidence to support this right now, just speculation in the documents. One particularly intriguing revelation to me in these documents is that we get to dive a little bit more into the alternative suspects and other theories that they didn't fully explore during the trial. The FBI documents highlight several individuals that may have had a motivation to commit these crimes, but they were dismissed during the trial. This includes a close look at Nicole's acquaintances, such as her friend Faye Resnick, who was known for being involved in drug activities. Another individual was Glenn Rogers, a serial killer who later claimed responsibility for the murders, stating that he had been hired by Simpson to steal a pair of earrings from Brown. Rogers' claims, while sensational, were not given significant attention during the trial. Now, this theory could have introduced a whole other explanation or motive for this crime, but instead they dismissed it. These angles suggest that the LAPD was primarily focused on OJ Simpson and may have overlooked some viable leads that could have had some influence on the case's outcome. Another opportunity the FBI breaks down is possibly one of the most significant pieces of new evidence, and that has to do with the glove. The infamous moment when Simpson tried on the glove in court was pivotal. The FBI's new analysis suggests that the glove may have been mishandled or even tampered with, casting further doubt on this dramatic piece of evidence. The documents detail how the glove was stored and presented and suggest that improper handling could have caused it to shrink, making it difficult for Simpson to put it on during the trial. Additionally, it was asked of Simpson to put on a latex glove underneath, which would obviously change the size and fitting of the glove. The dramatic moment when Simpson tried on the glove in court was a significant turning point in the trial, though. The defense capitalized on the moment to argue that the glove did not fit, coining the famous phrase, "If it doesn't fit, you must acquit." And a lot of the FBI's reevaluation does support that the glove was compromised. So, that's the biggest piece of the trial and something that the media has harped on forever in books and television, everything. So that's the media. In fact, the FBI documents how the media may have had something to do, obviously, with the public opinion, but also with the jury's decision. This includes analysis of how certain pieces of evidence were presented to the public versus what was shown in court. For instance, media often highlighted the dramatic moments like the Bronco chase and the glove fitting, but less attention was given to the detailed forensic evidence. The saturation of the media coverage and the dramatization may have had some sort of influence on the jury's decision, as they were watching at home as well, but it's something the world may never know. These new documents truly don't mean much for the outcome of the case, but they do help us in furthering our understanding of the actual case itself. While they don't definitively answer OJ's innocence or guilt, they do reopen the conversation for reevaluation of now new evidence. So with some new evidence, let me know your thoughts in the comments. But with Simpson passing away recently, these documents serve as a crucial part of his legacy to look on and offers fresh perspectives on a case that has captivated the public for decades and truly does, at least I think, overshadow everything else in his career. But what are your thoughts on the new findings? Do you think they changed the narrative of the OJ case? Do you feel any differently? Let me know down below. Thank you so much for watching, and if you enjoyed the video, please make sure you hit the like button and subscribe for more and everything on the intersection of sports, business, law, everything I told you in the beginning. Check out these two videos as well for so much more on the channel, and let me know what else you guys want to see. But I'll see you guys over there. Have a great day.